today. Bota is our team member. She is responsible for making all of our flyers. So all of these beautiful flyers that you see, it's Bota who usually makes them. And she is the creator of Kazakhland. She's from Kazakhstan, and also a future marketeer. So it's a pleasure to have her here as our guest speaker today. And she's going to be talking about FOMO, the fear of missed opportunities, the fear of missing out, and how to overcome it. So this is such an important topic, especially in a city like Shanghai, right, where there are so many possibilities, so many options that we sometimes feel overwhelmed, right? So let's just wait 1 or 2 minutes before we start. Let's see if people join in. And Bota, would you like to introduce a bit about your projects, about Kazakhland?
Yeah, should I share my
Yes, you can do that later. Just tell us a little bit about Kazakhland.
So as Sofia said, I'm from Kazakhstan, from Nur-Sultan. It's the capital of Kazakhstan. I've been here in China more than 4 years. And during this time, I say to people, I'm from Kazakhstan. Most of the people, of course, they know, like foreigners, they know that the country Kazakhstan exists. And where is it? And they know some facts about Kazakhstan. But what about Chinese people? When they look at me, they say, are you from Xinjiang? Kazakhstan? Is it Russia? What is Kazakhstan? Where is Kazakhstan? And so I've been encountered these answers long time, and eventually I wanted to present my country in a way that I know, in a way that Kazakh people know. And so as an international people an international person in China, and as a presenter of my country, I started this small project. So it's an official account in China, in WeChat. So I present in a good, interesting, funny way in Chinese, in English, about history, culture, language, people in Kazakhstan. I also take interviews from people who are doing interesting things in China, who are from Kazakhstan or connected with Kazakhstan. So my first interview was with a French girl who wanted to travel to Kazakhstan and do a bike tour, cycling tour. She did some cycling tours in China to several provinces with her boyfriend. And there is article about her in the interview in Shoutout. Another guest was Lazat. She's in elevator industry. She exports elevators from China to Kazakhstan, and she wants to export to Latin America, other countries also. And another thing, yeah, more guests are coming and more interesting.
So great. And you are right, like people don't know too much about Kazakhstan, right, in China. And I feel that when I say I'm from Portugal, first people also always ask me, are you from Xinjiang? So it's the same thing as you, even though I don't think I look too much like I'm from Xinjiang, but people keep saying that I look like I'm from Xinjiang. So, okay. Sometimes I even play with that, I say, yes, 对，我是新疆人, like I'm from Xinjiang, because I just don't care. I'm Chinese. But it's very funny because they have many minorities, right, there in Xinjiang. So it's normal that people also may think that we are from there, right? So thank you so much, Bota. Today we have the pleasure of having her here. And in case there are some newcomers, let me just go through what Monday morning motivation is about. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to everyone that just joined us. I hope you are starting your day in a good mood, in a good way, with the right food. And Monday morning motivation is all about motivation, is all about getting inspired early in the morning, especially on Monday morning, and now on Wednesday mornings, because we also have a midweek webinar to get everyone recharged for the rest of the week. So in case you want to become our member, you can also do that through the QR code down below. The good news is that you will get access to all the recordings of MMM webinars from these more than 2 years of MMM. You will also get exclusive discounts from companies from all different industries, from language service to psychotherapy, coaching, amazing coaches. So just reach out to us in case you are interested. And of course, we also have our 365 days of motivation book. So it's a workbook. It has some quotes, it has some space for journaling. So it's basically a practical workbook to make your 2022 more organized, more planned, and inspired. And of course, we do all of this for free. Bota is one of our team members, and she's amazing. But of course, always feel free to contribute to the project, to let it grow. And the good thing is that you will also be supporting the environment at the same time, because half of the proceeds actually go to the 1 million tree project in Inner Mongolia. This is our lineup for January. We have the English and the Chinese one. So next week we will have Rachel and Terrence. They will both be talking about motivation. So stay tuned for our English and Chinese webinars. And with no further ado, the stage is yours, Bota. So I think I need to give you permission. All right, I think you should be able to share the screen now. So good morning, early birds, and the stage is yours, Bota. Cannot hear? Unmute yourself.
And now?
Yes, perfect.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with me this morning. This is my very first morning on Monday morning motivations. This is my second speech for today. Still happy. So I hope this topic will be very useful for you. If you didn't know about this, I hope you learn something new. And if you had encountered this problem, I think it's a problem in these days. Hope you can learn ways to how to overcome it and how to implement in your life. So FOMO, it's been a topic. It's been a very important topic for me for a long time. So FOMO is a fear of missed opportunities, missed out, and today I will talk about how to overcome it. So in the beginning, I shortly introduced about me. I'm a creator of Kazakhland, Jonghajulu, and for future marketeer, because I'm really interested in it. To make it easier to follow, I divided into 3 parts. First is my background, short background, and the origin of word FOMO. There will be also FOBO and JOMO. We're gonna talk all about them and how to deal with FOMO. So my background, I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm a first child in a family of 3 kids. I'm a senior student at Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. Currently, I study international economics and trade. Also, I'm active, adventurous, and curious. You are also welcome to follow official account. You can just write Kazakhland in WeChat with Q, and you can follow and discover something new for you about my country. And yeah, all this, my background lead to FOMO, I would say, because I'm really curious. I love to do interesting things all the time. And as a first child in a family, I'm used to take a lot of responsibilities and yeah, be ahead to be a good example for my brother and sister. Now it's the origin of FOMO. Let's talk about it. So in a picture, you see a guy, Patrick McGuinness. He's the author of this book, Fear of Missed Opportunities, and practical decisions, how to make choices in a world of overwhelmed choice. So back in 2004, he studied in Harvard Business School. At that time he had financial issues in his family, but he got lucky and enrolled to the best university, Harvard. So at that time he took a lot of courses. So he wanted to meet a lot of professors, as many as possible. And in a Harvard Business School magazine in Harvard, he wrote a short article that all Harvard students were feared of missed out because of a bunch of abundance of courses. So they were taking all day long we're studying. And at that time it was like a joke, but during these days, during our days, it became very famous. So today I'm gonna present a decision-making strategy according his book, how to deal with indecision in our life. So basically, FOMO was coined by this guy, Patrick, and the words like FOBO also. So I've been told that Shanghai is full of opportunities, and it is true. This year I'm going to graduate. So I had a question: what will I do after graduation? I had a lot of choices, I would say. So it was like master's degree. I was thinking, should I take it in China or in Kazakhstan or in Europe? And another question: if I take my master's degree in China, then what universities is it? Will it be Fudan or Tongji or Sufei? Am I gonna stay here also for my master's degree, or Shanghai University of East China Normal University? All those kind of good universities in Shanghai. So I had bunch of choices. And another thing is internship. I know that there are a lot of good companies. I had also struggles with taking internships. And another thing is clubs. I go to different clubs like Shanghai Leadership Toastmasters Club, Founders Breakfast Club, and all these things truly interesting to me. And I go to these meetings. I meet people. I do interesting projects. I meet my friends. I encounter some business opportunities like future partners. So in the end, this year, I had to choose my master degree. In the end, I chose to stay in Shanghai, in China. But I had the analysis paralysis. So it's a time when you can't choose, or you don't want to choose because you don't know what to choose. So that's a really problem. So what's the description of FOMO? It's abundance of choices, known opportunities through friends, social media, and the realization that you can't have all of them. And why is it bad? Because you sacrifice time and your energy. And in the end, yeah, you can have all of them, even if you see all the choices and opportunities possible. So what is worse than FOMO is fear of best option. So in the end, you want to get the best of them. So as my for choosing my best master degree, I wanted to choose the best of the best. So what are the triggers of FOMO? Is it social media or environment? So it's all of them. But we see a lot of people doing a lot of interesting things in social media, in our environment. I was thinking, is it good or bad? In the end, I thought, actually, it is good. It is good because I see opportunities. For example, some people doing startups, some people doing projects, and I see them. And why am I doing? And why am I? I'm not doing these things. So I have a passion. I have time. I have energy. Why not? So now I want to present decision-making strategy. So all choices in our life can be categorized in 3 types. It's high stakes, low stakes, and no stakes. So let's start from no stake decisions. So they have really minor details in our life. For example, like choosing what to coffee to have. Is it matcha, latte, or americano? This kind of choice, or what to watch in on TV, on Netflix, or on YouTube. They almost never, or there is almost never or incorrect answer. You won't remember the decision in a few hours, and they have non-existent consequences in your life. So what to do? Outsource no-stake decisions to universe. For example, flip a coin or ask the watch. So what side is a choice, and you will take that choice. Just outsource to universe. So it will be the best decision for no-stake decisions. Another one is low-stake decision. So they have consequences, but not that earth-shattering. They have plenty acceptable outcomes. For example, you can take what hotel to book. So it will be a low-stake decision. Routine parts of life, some critical thinking required, and you'll probably forget this decision in a few weeks. So what can we do? So outsource low-stake decisions to a person, not a group, not a bunch of people. So you set basic criteria, select someone to make a recommendation who is more professional in that field. And in the end, take their advice. And the most important is high-stake decisions. So it comes to decisions like what home to buy, or what job should I accept, or what internship, what master degree for me, for example. So they have long-term implications in your life. You want to get it right. And principles for high-stake decisions. So you think about what really matters to you and set the criteria basically on it, and gather all relevant facts enough about and all options. You're confident, you're informed. For example, for my master's degree, I made a list of master degrees. So I wrote names of universities, in which countries, in which city, and what requirements they have, like is it HSK or IELTS, like GDP, GPA restrictions, like requirements, all this kind of stuff. I wrote all of them in a table. And the principle number C is remember, FOMO comes when struggling between equally perfect options. Therefore, anything you will have minimal downside. So process, identify a front runner based on your intuition. Second one, you compare runners to other options. So I compared one university to another and choose between them. Like if it's the best, this one will go, and take another option and compare. So you repeat this process in the end. And in some occasions, you'll be stuck. And in that case, you can outsource to a group, it should be 5 or fewer people, so odd number, and they should be qualified people whom you trust. And the last but the most important thing that you should commit. As I said, FOBO, fear of best option, it's really bad because you keep doing it to get a best decision in your life, but in the end it can be not happen. And so you a little bit struggle with committing. So it's really important to do choices with the resources that you have, like at that time, and in the end commit, and not to look at other choices or expect other future opportunities from outside. And another thing that was that is popular in our days is also JOMO. It's a you can say emotional antidote for FOMO. JOMO means joy of missing out. So we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of choices in our life. JOMO basically says you have to be in present time and be happy with what you have, because you can have all of them. In the end, I just want to finish with a thought. If you take from this PPT, from presentation, the thing, I want it to be this thing. So a lot of people can have a choice due to war, poverty, or all these bad situations in their life. They don't know what to eat, for example, for a day. So we have plentiful opportunities to live decisively. You may not get everything you want, but the mere fact that you get to decide is powerful fact, and it's a gift. Make the most out of it. And I want people, if you have this problem in your life, you can ask yourself these questions. It's recommendations by author also. Every time you have to ask, do I have resources, talents, time to do some kind of thing? And another thing, is it really important thing to do? Is it that what I want to do? Yeah, thank you. That was my speech for today. Hope you, hope it was very...
That was incredible. And I love this topic because I think in a city like Shanghai, this topic is so important because we are surrounded by opportunities. We have so many events every day, so many opportunities for networking, for connections, for to attend all kinds of interesting events. But sometimes we miss the focus, right? Because it's so hard to miss out. It's so hard to know what to do amidst so many different opportunities, right? So thank you so much for this amazing speech. So guys, now the stage is yours. So feel free to ask your questions, drop them in the chat below, or turn on your camera and share them directly with both.
Please feel free to ask questions or share your FOMO experience.
That's right. David is asking, so what is good, FOMO, FOBO, or JOMO? Which one do you recommend?
I don't recommend FOMO and FOBO. So you can have JOMO, joy of missed opportunities. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes FOMO can be also good because I think for me, I was thinking that a lot. Why is it FOMO? Like why I have a fear of missed opportunities or missing out. I think it's good because we are young. We want to discover a lot of new things, and it is good that you discover that you want to do as what other people do, like interesting things. Yeah, it is good sometimes. And but it's really important to set your criteria, what is really important in your life, and to focus on only one thing. And it can also help to make good decisions in professional life or personal life.
That is right. And I feel that last year for me was also like a year to explore different possibilities, to explore, different projects, different things. And I think 2022 is all about solidifying what I already have instead of keep going and fearing to miss out. So I think this is also about phases in your life, right? Somehow, as you were saying, sometimes it's okay to explore different things, right? And this fear of missing out can be somehow good for us, to open up for different possibilities. But it's good also to focus, right? Because our energy and time are limited, right? David is asking, great, how to focus? What's the criteria?
I think it's based on what you want to get, like in the end. So you imagine a result, and what should I do to do this? Like to imagine a whole this process and do all these things to get to this thing, the result that you want, that you desire.
What do you want, David? Share with us. Annie, you can drop your question or turn on your camera.
Okay, hello.
Hi, Annie. Good to see you.
Okay, so it's my second time joining this, and I got this question for you. Like, I see these outsourcing choices, like I do that sometimes, but sometimes like big decisions, like choosing my major, choosing my university. Like if my mom chose it for me, and I'm not happy in the end, or for the last 5 years, 10 years, how do I deal with, or how do I balance the feeling that I give this option or I took others' advice, and in the end, I'm not happy with it? Do you have good suggestions? Thank you.
Yeah. I think you have answered your question. In my opinion. Because stochastic decisions, they have long-term implications in your life. So it's a long-term decision. If you're unhappy, how you can be like satisfied with the decision?
Yeah, because we like others to do the decision, or that we took their advice, and in the end, we think if we did the decision by ourselves, maybe the result would be better, perhaps.
Yeah, I think in this case you have to maybe think maybe critically, like maybe the major that your mom choose, it's good for you, and maybe it will be good in your future also, like to write pros and cons.
I got it. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I wish you good luck.
Thank you for your question, Annie. Annie, I have a question for you. And why are you giving the power to make the decisions for your life to other people?
Too young, too naive.
But I understand sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand, right? What is our decision, or what is the voices of people around us, especially when it comes to family, right? Because they are supposed to be the people that are with us, support us, and they support us, but right, sometimes it's a bit hard to distinguish what is our inner voice, what is our inner calling, what we really want, and what is the voices from outside. But I think at the end of the day, it's my personal take on this. It's important to listen to your own voice, right? Your own calling, because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make you feel fulfilled